Mike Gallagher.
Well, what I can say, Brian, is it's not as bad as I thought that it would be. So I am pleased about that, but I still think it's too soon to say. The reason being, whereas initially we were seeing increases between deaths and people testing positive rising anywhere from 25 to 30% over a 7-day period. Right now, we're somewhere between 12 and 15%. And so it's better than it was, but it's still not great. We've still not seen that 14-day decline as recommended by the CDC. So we're not quite there where I can say that we are out of the woods, because we are not. Because what we know is as we reopen the state, we'll also see whether or not this impacts our number of people who are testing positive.
We clipped the beginning, and that's my fault. I didn't tell Eric we're going to play it. Let's play the very beginning again, Pav, so we can hear the mayor acknowledging. I think we have the question from Brian Williams and the answer. Let's play that again.
Well, what I can say, Brian, is it's not as bad as I thought that it would be. So I am pleased about that, but I still think it's too soon to say. The reason being, whereas initially we were seeing
not as bad as I thought it was going to be. How about that? 25 minutes before the hour, portions of our show brought to you by Fellowship Home Loans. Welcome home, Fellowship Home Loans. When for all your mortgage needs, call 800-510-MIKE or fellowshiphomeloans.com, Fellowship Home Loans. Incidentally, Mika Brzezinski of Morning Joe, she's very upset today. I don't know why I ever go into Twitter. Twitter is such a cesspool. I get dragged. Mark Davis, my buddy in Dallas, says, "Oh, you got to get on Twitter." Why do I want to be fighting with people on Twitter? Somebody yesterday was flaming me about my kitchen, how ugly my kitchen was. All right, thanks. Let me come into your house and insult your home, you jerk. Anyway, Mika tweeted this out earlier. Mika Brzezinski literally tweeted this. This is so funny. She said, "I will be reaching out to the head of Twitter about their policies being violated every day by President Trump. Hope my call is taken. Please retweet if you agree." Well, instead, here were the retweets she got, the comments she got. Karen wants to speak to the manager. Karen would like to speak to the manager immediately. Some people are tweeting, "I'm so sorry this is happening to you, Mika. Thoughts and prayers during this horrible time." Somebody else tweeted, "You really asked to speak to the manager of Twitter." People call, incidentally, that's the nickname for people who are like busybodies. We used to call them back in the day Gladys Kravitz from the nosy neighbor on Bewitched, but now it's Karen. Karen would like to speak to the manager. And then somebody else tweeted back to Mika, quote, "Silence speech I dislike," unquote. Person who makes her living from speech. Yeah, that is kind of ironic, isn't it, that Mika wants to speak to the manager of Twitter about Trump's tweets. Wow. 24 minutes before the hour, 800-655-MIKE, our toll-free number. Let's take some phone calls. Let's talk. The hydroxychloroquine thing is still, that's the one that's going to do me in. The goofy takes, the insane, absurd takes about a legitimate drug that has shown great success in a number of patients in beating COVID-19. But somehow Trump said he took it and the media goes wild. They lose their minds. Steve, welcome to the Mike Gallagher Show. How you doing today?
How are you, sir? I think I saw it on the Laura Ingraham show. She was interviewing a person who talked. They were, of course, discussing the president and his announcement. And she said, "Look, doctors prescribe this all the time." And she thought about it for a second. She goes, "You know what? I will say his name." She said his name was Trey, and he worked for the CVS in Haltom City. And I live in Haltom City. And so that immediately perked me up. And this technician refused to fill a prescription prescribed by a doctor, to which I was thinking to myself, wouldn't CVS technically be on the hook if this person died?
And yet, the courts have ruled often against pharmacists who don't want to prescribe pro-abortive drugs because of their pro-life beliefs. They want to force pharmacists to give out abortion drugs, but this guy allegedly won't prescribe hydroxychloroquine because Orange Man bad. I'm telling you, Steve, we are down the rabbit hole. We are down the rabbit hole. How about the guy taken away in handcuffs yesterday in New Jersey? Did you see that? How'd you like to be a police officer arresting somebody because he went to a gym in New Jersey? All over the country. This is like Shelley Luther all over again. The woman jailed for opening up her hair salon in Dallas. Here's the story. At least one person was arrested after leaving Atilis Gym in Belmar, New Jersey. They have been in violation of Governor Phil Murphy's coronavirus shutdown executive order. So a gym patron was arrested. Do we have that video, guys? That's another reason for you to subscribe to YouTube. I'm trying to bribe you. If I get one more email, Hugh Hewitt has 9 million YouTube subscribers. Mike, you've only got 14,000. How many do we have? 14,000? Can we get to 15,000, please? And get them off my back. Check it out right now. We've got the video of the arrest. A gym patron arrested. He wouldn't give his name to the police who were handing out summonses. So people started yelling, let him go. This is BS. This ain't China. This isn't right. Belmar Lieutenant Mike Draham said, this gathering is a violation of the governor's order. You are directed to immediately and peaceably disperse. If you do not disperse, you can be charged. The crowd jeered as this police lieutenant was trying to read the statement that he had to read to gym owners. What a terrible position to put cops in. What a disgusting thing. Arresting a kid at the gym. And indeed, Murphy's warning him. He's warning him. If you show up at that gym tomorrow, there's going to be a different reality. These aren't just words. We've got to enforce this. We can't let people lift weights. Don't you dare be on the elliptical. How dare you be on the treadmill? Look, I'd be in big trouble. I'm pretty proud I hit 36 pounds this morning on the scale. And I'm on that bike every night. I'm watching carefully what I eat. I'm doing a good job. If you'd subscribe to the doggone YouTube channel, you could see the difference of how I look today with how I looked a couple months ago. Lost 36 pounds since the end of January. And I'm trying real hard. And incidentally, I've officially moved. Don't think this didn't motivate me, incidentally, because I'm enough of a hypochondriac that I realized I had too much weight and I was going to be vulnerable to COVID-19. If I get it, being fat, I could maybe die. So I looked up the chart last night. I've literally shifted from being in the obese category, which is what they're saying makes you vulnerable, to now I'm just overweight. Now, I don't hear anybody say overweight. They keep saying you could die if you're obese. So now I've officially left obese territory and I'm in overweight territory. Yay me. I'm overweight. I'm so proud.
Breaking now on the Mike Gallagher Show.
All right, the leaked phone conversations between Joe Biden and the Ukrainian president, Petro Poroshenko, have been made public. It was Ukraine that leaked them, or that released them. A lot of people are saying this showed that Burisma Holdings, that employed Hunter Biden, paid Joe Biden $800,000 or $900,000 in lobbying fees. Details have been reported. The leaking, according to the New York Post, Andriy Derkach said he received the leak audio from investigative journalists. The recordings were made by Poroshenko himself. And the audio and the videos have been posted on YouTube. In one conversation, according to the Post, Biden and Poroshenko discussed the aftermath of Ukrainian Prosecutor General Viktor Shokin's ouster and the appointment of his replacement. Biden said in the call, it's going to be critical for him to work quickly to repair the damage that Shokin did. I'm a man of my word. And now that the new prosecutor general is in place, we're ready to move forward to signing that new $1 billion loan guarantee. Remember Biden bragging? Quid pro quo, Joe? Boy, quid pro quo Joe is coming to roost. Big, big story. Biden's campaign responded to the release of the recording minutes ago, claiming it's part of an ongoing effort by the Russians to hurt Biden. Here we go. This is going to get real fun fast. Portions of our show brought to you by Phone Soap. Great way for you to sanitize your phone. Phonesoap.com. Be sure to use the promo code Mike G. I owe you a big thank you. I'm going to share that with you as well. And we're going to take some more phone calls. 800-655-Mike. By the way, there's a pharmacist on line 2, Wayne, who says, I'm wrong about hydroxychloroquine. So I definitely want to hear what I've said that could be remotely wrong about hydroxychloroquine. We'll talk to Wayne next here on the Mike